Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Daggerheart playtest here on Average Roll. We're super excited to have you with us because we're finally getting to play the Quickstart Adventure for Daggerheart. We have been playing for a little bit, though. I have run this game for this group. They have suffered through two two danger rooms already. But yeah, as soon as we found out that the folks at Critical Role through Darrington Press were making a new system, we were like, yes, we need to try this. So this is us doing it finally. It took us a long time, but we're already here. So yeah, a couple of things before we start. Viewer, if you're here and you're wondering, when are we playing this? Basically, this is version 1.4.1 for Daggerheart. So if you see anything in this game that doesn't go with the rules that you already have, we're probably playing a different version. So please keep that in mind. Also, we may mess up the rules from time to time because even though we have been playing for a while, the rules change. And also, memory. Also, I'm super nervous because, so if we mess up, please forgive us. Also, this may happen because Demiplane is also adjusting some things here and there. So there may be some slight differences, but nothing too crazy. And also, there are some slight changes to this adventure just to make sense with the story that we have agreed with the characters here. And of course, if you want to play this, be free to visit the daggerheart.com to download the packet, play it for yourselves, try it out, and provide your feedback. That is really necessary for them to develop this really well in the future. Second thing, credits, because I really want to give credits ahead of time. We're going to be running the game on Owlbear Rodeo, and we're going to be using an extension called Action Tracker, created by ChibiOne on Reddit. So thank you, ChibiOne. It's fantastic. It's helped us a lot during our playtest together. Some of the graphics and art that you're going to see in this adventure are provided through the packet, but also there's some custom art that I made for specifically this adventure. So I hope you enjoy that too. Also, there is a cart that was beautifully made by FatalEden on Reddit that I'm using because I had no time to draw another cart. And that was added today. Token art is based on models by Heroforge, but they have been retouched as well. And all the music you're going to hear is from Tabletop Audio. And last but not least, I want to introduce my players here. We have in a random order, we have Patricia, we have José, we have Daniel, we have Alejandro, and we have Helena. And talking about Helena, I think you have an announcement to make as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now that we have the time to do it.
Yeah. It's as you can see probably now, it's going to come on your screens. Yeah. This is the beautiful cover art for the quick start for my new PBTA game called Against the Odds. So we're playing Daggerheart here, but maybe in the future we'll play Against the Odds. This is a game that I designed for 2.5 years. It's a fantasy game like Daggerheart and others. It's more centered though on like this idea of being a hero and how difficult it is, and maybe you become a villain if you go long enough. So it has like corruption mechanics and other things. And this beautiful cover art and design was made by our Juanin here. He was amazing, and he did it in a very short time. By the way, he's good and quick. And reliable.
When artists have no time and nothing to do, this is what we do.
Yeah, this awesome thing is what they come up with. So yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, if you're interested, there's gonna be a link in the doobly-doo in the description with the link to my itch.io where you can find the game. It's totally free. You can donate something if you want, but you can grab everything there. It should have all the rules plus all the necessary tools to play online. And I hope to add more like support for the print and play in the future. But yeah, that's about that. Thank you so much. If you check it out, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, fantastic. We need more systems, I think. With all the systems that are coming out, I think we need more. We're hoarding systems at this point, which is always good.
That's what I hope.
Yeah, and finally, my name is Juanin. I'm the artist here at Critical Role, self-proclaimed, but I don't care. at average roll. And I hope we have a lot of fun together. And I think it's time for us to just go ahead and start and begin this Daggerheart adventure called Sablewood Messengers here on average roll. Welcome to the Sablewood. You wake up in your makeshift encampment after a dangerously eventful journey into a hidden dungeon in a black glass mine, followed by a rough night's sleep and even rougher dreams. But it is a breezy and chill morning here at the borders of the Sablewood, but nothing that a good breakfast and an hour of walking won't solve. At this point, players, I am going to ask you to please describe your characters for our lovely audience because we know each other, but they don't. And as you do so, I would like you to introduce your characters as they get ready with their personal routines and quirks and customs to prepare for the journey ahead. If anyone wants to start describing your characters, you're free to do so.
So, being one of the first to wake up and start working out, like immediately, you see a tall elf, darker skin, short hair, really well-groomed, like beard and a mustache, like a goatee. And he's dressed simple, bare-chested, some hand wraps on his hands, and he's going at it, like, getting ready, because this is a good day.
And what is your character's name, Alejandro?
My character's name is Eiravel.
All right, fantastic. So I imagine him like doing his morning push-ups.
Yeah. Shadow boxing, like. I'm playing a Slyborn Elf Guardian, Stalwart. And yeah, that's my character.
Fantastic. Let's see, José, can you introduce your character now, if you could, please?
Of course. Preparing my short bow is a greenish, color green with some tints of blue Drakona. He is a ranger. Wear a leather vest, leather pants, and a big shoulder pad with a head of the white bear. He's tall, light, and very calm. He's preparing for the day, preparing the arc, the bow, preparing his weapon, and that's it.
All right, fantastic. Daniel, what about? Oh, yeah, sure. You can go ahead.
Your name? No.
My name.
Your name, José. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my name is Noz'aku. You can call me Noz.
Not.
Okay. So there, with the group, there's also one regular human, highborn, though trying not to look that way anymore. Despite that, over the leather armor, there's a fancy cloak, nice boots that haven't seen too much wear yet, is Cassian, the highborn human Seraph, who is greeting the light of the morning and breathing it in as he prays. Which reminds me, I'm going to roll some prayer dice.
There you go. Important to start with a prayer at the beginning of the morning. Let's see, Patricia, can you introduce your character, please? Yes. Oh, they don't know this, by the way.
Hello.
What?
Oh, no.
I just died.
Oh no!
Are
No!
you fucking kidding me?
You did
So
this.
good.
What are you talking about? I'm Ponono. Wait, my hoodie went out.
I fucking love this.
Oh no!
Tiny.
But Juan, we need to turn this into a campaign now.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, screw this.
Screw this so much.
Oh man,
Oh wow!
Yeah,
what am I gonna do?
I, as you can see, I wear this simple tunic, and yeah, I'm a ribbit. Hello.
I love it.
Love it.
Hello.
Oh yeah, I really like
Little
this.
Ponono.
Helena, why don't you tell us about your character a little bit also?
Okay, so you see M.L.I.I, pronounced Emily. She is loreborn Clank, wordsmith bard. And the first thing in the morning she's doing is pacing around. She wears, she's kind of a chubby robot person made out of wood mostly, plus some enchantments and magic. And she's walking around. She wears glasses. And she's walking around pacing. She's only covered by kind of a hoodie. And she's pacing and going like, I must get it right. It's for the master cat. I made a promise. It must be perfect. And she's like mumbling some verses. She's a poet. So yeah, that's my character.
Fantastic. So you have gathered together. You have been together for quite some time. But really the reason why you're here is because of something that is happening between Ponono's and Noz'aku's lands. Ponono, this is actually kind of your thing. In your tribe, in your grove, the elders have assigned you and your allies an important mission. And this mission will basically ensure the safety of the forest around the sacred tree where you're from. And all of this is because of some recent threats that have started coming up that have made your people and Noz'aku's people, who are known to be enemies, to actually start working together for a common goal. You carry, all of you, an important crate to the small village of Hush, located within the ancient forest of the Sablewood. This crate is large, heavy, and it's sealed with magic, and it's addressed to a grove warden by the name of Whitefire. You have been given a map and a carriage. You also have a promise of a reward as soon as you arrive back to the sacred tree to deliver this cargo, and that is basically the reason why you're here today. Last night, your party finally made it to the border of the Sablewood, and you decided to stay there and camp for the night. And this is essentially a sprawling forest of colossal, massive trees that just spiral up into the skies, and they seem ancient as probably life itself in this place, in this realm. It is a place that is really famous for a couple of things. First, and actually, let me just start playing some music here because I think we need the vibes.
Yeah.
But this forest is famous because one of the most important routes in this continent goes through the Sablewood and famously goes through the village of Hush. And also, the powers in this forest have made the beasts different to the rest of the world. Here, you're not going to find beasts that you commonly know, but actually combinations, mixes of different beasts. This place is very famous for tiger elks and fox bats and other creatures that have combined themselves to create unique entities of life that only live in this forest. As you prepare for the day, you get all of your things ready, you hop onto your carriage, and you start riding. My question to you, who would like to ride this carriage, to drive it actually, to enter the forest?
I think Cassian should be the one.
Sure.
Sure.
But I can help you look at the track, the way.
Yeah, I'm focused on keeping the carriage on the road.
The horse is actually very malleable. It's very easy to drive this cart. It's very sturdy too. And as you begin driving your cart in, you cannot stop but noticing things on the trees. Not strange things, but formations that are unique to the trees in this area. For all of you, is there, in your imagination as players, obviously, but what do your characters find around that really call their attention? Is there anything, like any textures, any smells, anything that your characters would find special in this place? Just to get to know them a little bit better, actually.
I think it's the rain. It's raining, right?
Let's say that it's breezy, it's chill. There's a little bit of a warm shower, let's say, that is falling down, not necessarily from the sky, but from the trees. The condensation in the air makes the lush trees at the top begin to drop down the water that collects through the morning.
Did I tell you before that I love the ice and the cold?
I would say that Eiravel, hearing this, he's like on the back of the cart, like actually just chilling. And the group knows that he has like short temper. But you see him now very, very chill, like the sound of the behind him. It's calming.
I just cannot get over Ponono right now.
No, me neither.
Cannot.
No,
I
it's
will
impossible.
never get over Ponono.
It's
Like,
like
so amazing.
Like you made poor Emily like introduce herself after Ponono, and that's a tough act to follow.
Yeah, that's
Nobody
true.
can follow that.
That was criminal.
I think we need to invest on more 3D printers for Emily in the future.
Yeah.
Hey, I have one.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, that's true.
So good. I think speaking of myself, I think Emily is like also in the back side of the cart, but instead of like being relaxed, she's like looking like with a hoodie on, and then she sees like a tiny little mouse sort of like coming out of the ground and running around and then going back again, and she says, "Oh, that is it. That is it." And she starts like mumbling some words. I think I have it now. The master cat will be pleased. I hope.
And it's really weird because this mouse that you see, cross in front of you from one side to the other of the road, it doesn't have large eyes like normal rodents do. It's got really small eyes, but large claws at the front. So you would assume that this forest has made some sort of a hedgehog / well, not hedgehog. How do you call? I forgot names now. It's weird. The things that go down into the earth, topos. I forgot the name.
Moles.
Yeah, moles.
Oh, yeah.
English teacher, by the way. I should really get my vocabulary.
Oh, come on.
But you see this rat mole crossing in front of you, and it's actually really cute. And that inspires you to continue your ideas and your writings for the day. You start doing all of these things, admiring the scenery here. It's quite peaceful at this time of day. It's not really something that is stressing you out. Like you're not trying to look for danger at this moment. So for you, Eiravel, is like the perfect moment to relax after having done like 200 push-ups. At one point, Cassian, you see a post, and this post has a little sign pointing you in the direction that you're already traveling to the east, pointing to the town of Hush that is about 5 miles away. So it's actually pretty close. You're going to be there in no time. As your steed pulls the carriage around a tight corner, and it's kind of uneven, so one of the wheels comes out of the ground for a second and then it comes back. You see this. what you see, and I didn't know that Cassian was going to be on front, so this is a very good coincidence. But as you travel through this road, you encounter what you see, a cart that has been turned over, and it's actually blocking your way. You can see scattered all across the ground here an assortment of fruits and vegetables that are just littering everything here. What do you do?
Is there anyone visible, like who was on the cart that requires help?
As you approach, you have to pull the reins a little bit to stop your horse. As you see emerging from the back of this carriage, you see a creature that you've never seen before. At first, it looks like a huge owl. And let me see tools here. Let me just give you a visual. Actually, I'll describe it first. You believe it's a massive owl coming out from behind the cart, but then two paws push this creature onto it, and it spreads its wings, immediately noticing you. You know very little about this kind of creatures, but Ponono, you're very familiar with the creations of nature in this area, and you recognize this as a Strix wolf, a creature that has the head and the wings of an owl and the rest of the body of a wolf. And actually, Daggerheart is kind enough to give us a visual representation, so here is some art.
Wow! That looks quite cool.
Oh,
And I'm guessing that is aggressive
Really cool.
nature.
Yeah.
At the moment, this creature stands with its whole body on the cart, and from behind the cart, you see a couple of other creatures that are very similar, white with blue ending feathers, and these are her pups. First, you see one, and then you see other two, and one of them actually tries to drag with it what seems to be a piece of meat.
what kind of meat?
It's like a person feet meat.
At this distance, I think you'd have to get a little bit closer. But, I mean, your carriage is not going to get through the other one that is tumbled over.
Can I put the carriage in reverse, or do we have to like make a circle and like how does that work?
Yeah, you can change your gear to reverse on the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
The tail.
Just going like this on the, on the reins. It would take you quite a while if your intention is to look for an alternative road. It would take you quite a while to find it because you've been
right
following
now,
the same.
it's to get away from the thing that is made out of two predator species.
Oh,
Love it.
definitely. Actually, I think I can move all of this.
If
So
you
I'll do that in the meantime, but
if you multiply negatives, it becomes a positive, right?
What?
I'm not sure imaginary numbers have
What
been
the-
developed
Yeah.
in this setting.
so how much do you want to go back, Cassian?
Slowly, 10 feet, or I mean, and see how are they reacting. Like, I don't want to go
Sure.
fast and trigger some kind of chase instinct. So just,
So you try to pull your cart back a little bit, a couple feet, but the Strix wolf is still standing there, and it's spreading its wings menacingly, like this is my territory. It's not gonna stand down.
Is there any way to try to express, to calm down, to show them that we are not we're not trying to be threatening? Like
If
some
you-
gestures, some kind of.
We could scare away the beast too by punching it.
Why
Before we
why are we
resort to
want to do
violence.
that?
Maybe let me see if I can communicate with it. And I am gonna look at the creature, and I'm gonna try to establish telepathic connection. I have telepathy. So it says you may open a line of mental communication with one target you can see. This connection
Interesting.
lasts until you use this spell to connect with another creature.
Emily, give me the first roll of the day. This is going to be a presence roll.
Since that's okay.
I'll give you because actually, before you roll,
Okay.
what do you say to this creature in their mind?
I say, "Hi, we are but humble travelers. We do not intend any harm to you or your children. Would you let us pass?"
Give me a presence roll with advantage.
Ooh, thank you.
Cool.
Presence.
The DC is 10 is not particularly difficult, but let's
Oh,
see
but I
what you
rolled so bad. Okay, but that's a critical success. This is so ridiculous.
What'd you get?
I rolled 2 9s and a 1 on the DC on the advantage die. So +2, so it says 21.
Perfect.
And you said, "Oh, I rolled terribly." What do you mean?
That's bad.
Isn't it-
Super bad
because in the
rolls,
other
right?
sessions we did, I just rolled awful all the
Yeah.
time.
First roll and a crit. We're off to a great start by the way, you guys.
I'm gonna send you like a screenshot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, please do. Because, I mean, the audience will probably be like, no, it's impossible. But guys, it's anyway.
Yeah.
Who goes and lies on the internet, really?
It's very interesting, Emily, because the design of your eyes is very particular as well.
Yeah.
And you see the Strix Wolf connecting to you in that sense. Like this entity is looking at me in a different way. So they speak back to your mind, and it says, "What is your business in my territory?"
And I look around and I say like very harsh words, like because I'm communicating telepathically with her. I say, "I established a link." She talked back. And then I think and I say, "We are on a mission. We are supposed to deliver something to the Grave Warden. Whitefire."
I do not know anything about a Grave Warden.
Grove Warden, sorry, I missed.
Grove Warden, sorry, not Grave,
Yeah.
Grove. I'm sorry, I made the mistake too. But
It's not cool in my head.
I do not know anything about any Grove Wardens. But if you have anything delicious with you, so that I can share with my children, that is not from here, maybe I will let you pass.
Right. So I turn around and say, "She wants something delicious. Do we have anything like that?"
Ponono.
And I have basic supplies, but I don't think that Emily carries around any food because she doesn't eat.
Yeah.
She's a fucking robot. So
Noz'aku say Ponono, just joking.
no, don't say those things. Little Ponono.
She's trembling.
I'm like that meme of like, I've known Ponono for 5 minutes, but I'm willing to kill everybody in this room if something happens to them.
It's not malicious, it's just joking.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have some rations.
Yeah.
We have basic supplies. I don't know what they have.
Because we're starting a new adventure, but we have established some things before. I would say at this point, if you think your character would have anything delicious or different from their lands, you would have it in your inventory.
That or Noz'aku can't help, could have been helping hunting prey for feeding the rest of the group.
Definitely.
I have something delicious, but I'm not sharing. It's cake.
Works.
I mean, Ponono eats things that you don't like, guys, like worms and flies and stuff like that. So
Mm,
I'm looking at Cassian.
if no one else have any idea, maybe the Juster they hunt.
Yeah, relatively fresh meat seems better than hard tack.
Okay, I can help you with that, Emily.
They can't eat cake.
What
It's
is
gonna be
it
bad for
that
them.
you have?
yes,
Is
it's
it-
bad for them.
Was it rabbit or elk? I don't remember. What was the last thing you ate?
Let's say rabbit.
Okay, so I'm gonna look, and I imagine like when Emily establishes like the telepathic connection, she's sort of like her eyes sort of like they are like mechanical, but they sort of like dilate a little bit, and like the color, which is like almost always a kind of a bright yellow, goes like a little bit dimmer, and like it sort of like covers like the whole of the eye, like the iris sort of like covers the whole of the eye, and she says, "We have dead rabbit. Is that delicious enough for you, my lady?"
Rabbit sounds like a very interesting flavor for this time of morning.
I don't think that there are normal rabbits here. Probably it's like a
Exactly.
rabbit
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. At this point, you're still keeping your distance. How do you want to do this? Do you want to just throw it from where you are, or I don't know? what do you want to do with the? How do you pass on the?
I can I propose that if this creature wants that that stuff, I can get closer and just give them. Not in person, but as a I don't know, as a middle
Maybe
ground.
halfway,
half
the way,
halfway, yeah.
in the road.
Good idea.
Okay, so let's move our tokens accordingly, just to
Okay.
make a visual representation of this. But as you show the rabbit, the Strix wolf looks down to her children and begins to call them, and they leave the area and they actually go with her to meet you. And where you stand in the middle, one of the cubs comes to you and pecks on this piece of meat. And the Strix wolf looks to you, Emily, and she says, "This is the first time they've had rabbit in their lives. You have presented something very delicious to them. I appreciate it."
We appreciate your kindness too. And I turn around and I look at them and say, "She is pleased."
Noz'aku is moving his tail. He's happy.
I'm not gonna need a check from you, Noz'aku, but from this distance, you look back, and you look behind the Strix wolf, and you see the piece of meat that one of the cubs was munching on, and it's not just any piece of meat; it's a hand.
I knew it. Emily,
Yes.
it's a hand. I'm looking at behind next the cart.
I take a step closer. I was gonna ask. Very close targets is like 5 feet, isn't it?
Very
let me-
close is 10.
Yeah.
Oh, 10.
Melee is 5.
Awesome.
Yes, very
I'm
close is
gonna-
5 to 10. So
I'm gonna approach really slowly and stand beside Noz'aku, and I'm gonna say, looking at the Strix wolf, I'm gonna connect mentally, and I'm gonna say, "Can we pass through and inspect the cart?"
very well. But that food is ours. If you take it, I'll take it from you.
Ask
And I
him.
turn around.
Ask him what's happened to that food, how they hunt them, or if they found them. Basically, I'm trying to help you asking what happened on the cards.
Did you kill that man?
Basically that.
Literally, yeah, that's what we're
Are you a
asking.
hunter or like a
scavenger.
I don't know, a scavenger?
Yeah, scavenger, yeah.
Lady, I'm here to ask you a couple questions.
May I ask, did you find this prey dead or did you hunt it?
Fortunately, this prey was available to me as you see it. I did not have to hunt this morning, which is valuable time that I get to spend with my children.
I turn around and I say to Noz'aku I say no with my head and I turn around and say it. Like I give you like a nod to the rest of you, like
So natural animal.
we'll let your food with you. We're only interested if they are of our kind to know who they are and what happened to them.
Very well. But do not mess with my food. I told you before, and I'll repeat it again. And at that moment, she looks down to the cubs, and she pushes one of the cubs away who is taking too much of the rabbit. Like, Kevin, stop. Leave some for the rest of the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's so cute.
Ponono Noz'aku, could you give me an instinct check?
Ooh.
Yes,
An
and
instinct roll,
I
I'm
was going to ask if I could.
Instinct.
So I roll
Normal?
normal.
Normal.
Okay.
Yeah, just normal.
Okay.
Ooh. I roll a 1 in fear
A one with fear. All right.
and 5. I rolled a 5 and a 1.
I roll a 7 and a 12, so 20 with fear.
20 with fear. Okay.
And I rolled 8
is it a
with fear.
7 and a 12? So
Yes.
it's 12 with fear.
Mm-hmm.
Because you take just the higher number. You don't add the 2.
I rolled 8
It's
with
20
fear.
in total in my case.
All right.
Wait,
Interesting.
no. I say 20.
Could you add a +1? Probably.
So 12 plus 1 is 13?
13.
So what? Oh, because the... Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, Ponono, you are at the back of the carriage of the cart that you're driving, correct?
I'm at the back. Actually, let me put myself there.
Okay. So, actually, I misnamed you, but I'm going to correct your name later. Eiravel, as you see all of this happen in front of you, you see a splatter of blood coming out of Ponono's neck. Ponono, you're going to take...
What?
Ponono, you're going to take 2d8. That's going to be 5.
Could I take a stress and block that damage?
This is technically
When an ally
a
very close to me
reaction.
is going to take damage.
It's a reaction from something.
Okay,
So it doesn't really
sure.
for
It does
this
make
moment
sense.
because this
Yeah.
is happening. Actually, let me see something here.
Quick question: when you crit, do you add hope to your pool or not? Because I critted, but I don't know if I have to add hope.
Yeah, you have
Yes.
to add 1 hope.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe you clear 1 stress if you
Yeah.
have any.
So
Let's see. It goes like this. No, you're going to take 5, 7 plus 1. 5, 7. Wait. I just forgot all the numbers I rolled. I gotta roll
5, 7,
again because
1
I
is
forgot all the
13.
numbers.
Breathe.
Yeah.
roll again.
Which is better for you?
Lower, lower.
That's gonna be 5 damage. So mark your HP accordingly. As
How much damage it was?
5.
So it's a minor. So
Yeah.
I mark 1.
1 HP.
From
Use armor if you want.
you can use
I'm
your
hit.
armor if you want.
You can use your armor if you want. By the way,
Oh no, not right now.
Noz'aku, from the tree that is to your left, a creature falls down and plunges a dagger on your neck as well. You're going to take 2.
what is this?
You're also going to take 5 damage. And Emily, from behind the rock that is to your right, another creature comes out. And at this point, Cassian, you see 2 ribbit-like creatures coming out of all of these places and attacking your party fellows here. Emily, you're going to take... Oh, Jesus. You're going to take 14 damage.
Cow, no. I'm not gonna take 14 damage. I'm gonna use my armor. Okay, 14.
14.
Wow.
Oh no.
Actually, I'm
Easy.
sorry. It was not +1. It was +3. So everyone who took damage, you need to take 3 more damage.
So it's 17 in my case.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
it's so.
Sorry, I misread the.
Instead of 5, it's 8.
Correct.
8.
Oh.
Does that become a major wound?
Yes.
You can use armor. And that's
Remember, you
what
can
I'm
use
going to do.
armor. If you use armor, I think it's below your minor. No?
I'm gonna use 3 slots for my armor to
Whoa.
reduce that to 2 hit points
Okay.
because otherwise it's 3. So I'm gonna take.
Your armor got fucked by that stuff.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's,
if I
it's only
use one-
Gambeson, so I only have basically my tunic has been like pierced by this. It's like a huge.
Get out of
scratch
there.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Well, you don't have blood or internal organs, Emily, but the blade goes through your mechanics inside, and it's making you twitch on your neck a little bit
Oh. Cool.
as these creatures come out of their hiding and start attacking you. At this point, because you have been surprised in this case, 2 things are going to happen. First, all of you are going to take turns for your attacks or whatever you want to do, but also, Emily, I really want to reward that that critical that you got. So, you see the Strix Wolf as soon as Noz'aku is attacked. They stand up on top of the cart and they assume their aggressive position. So you all assume that the Strix Wolf is going to be on your side on this.
Oh,
No.
that's so cute. I wanted to protect the children anyway. The little cubs.
But did you have that question just now?
If I use one armor slot, how much do I reduce?
If you see
the normal value.
on the demi plane, there is a button that says calculate damage.
Yeah, you can use
You can
that
open
also.
that up and it's a calculator that does
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
for you.
But if you want a
Super
quick
good.
answer, for each armor point you spend, you reduce the damage by 5.
Ah, okay.
So if you spend 1,
So it's a minor.
yeah.
Great.
You can spend more if you want, by the way.
Yeah, if you use 2,
so you don't
it
take
won't take
damage.
any damage.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, remember, at this point, we are in an actual adventure, so this is actually going to count. So it's not going to be Balmich's hideout. So remember that.
That got
Players, how do you wanna go?
Go for it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna turn around towards the creature that just stabbed me, and it's like her, and I'm gonna take this thing off, and I'm gonna grab it, and then in my hand, I'm gonna grab a part of myself, and it almost looks like a tiny arrow, and I say, "I've got an arrow here, loving the hand that sent it. I did not revere. Fell, they will say in skirmish. Vanquish my soul will know, but a single arrow." Sped by an archer's bow, and I'm gonna cast Arcane Barrage in front of them.
Yes,
which is one
do
for the
it.
rest.
Go for it.
So, it says I'm gonna spend as much hope as I want. I'm gonna spend all of my hope.
Wow, okay.
That is 3 hope. And I rolled 3d6s basically.
Yeah, basically.
All of your hope? Yeah, we start with 2, right?
Yep.
Correct.
And I got so. However, let me check this thing. It doesn't allow me to. Okay, here it is. 3 hope. 3d6s, sorry. And that's gonna be 14 damage.
14 damage.
Yep.
Wow, Emily, you're really rocking this encounter. Can you tell me where this arrowhead goes in the ambusher's body to extinguish him in one shot?
I'm gonna say that basically as soon as I finish saying the words, basically the arrow stands up as a piece of wood, and it breaks apart into 3, and basically it's like a 1, 2, 3, and once the 3 are there, like the creature probably like stays there for a little bit and then falls to the ground.
Fantastic. The splatter on the floor of their blood is also a little bit on your hands as is completely dead. Just first attack, first dead. I love it. Let's go.
This is totally not what happened in the danger room scenarios.
Yeah.
Action tracker.
Yeah, action tracker. Please give me yum yums. All right, whoever wants to go next can go next.
I go.
All right.
To the froggy next to me, the other one.
Yeah, ambusher 1.
Number 1, I'm going to look at them and just say, if I were you, ice won't do that, and use my my ice breath weapon.
All right.
Choose an element of the ice. You can use the breath against a target or group of target very close range. Treat it as an instinct weapon that deals DH damage. So rolling the instinct. Cool, an 11 and 4 with hope, so for a total of 16.
Sorry, that is 11 with hope.
Yeah.
Because we don't add them, we take the highest one.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So you're doing your elemental breath, or were you doing something different? I'm sorry.
Elemental breath, ice.
Okay. So, and you rolled an 11, it doesn't hit. This creature reads
it's 12.
your movement.
It's 11 plus 1.
11 plus 1, it still doesn't. Yeah, this creature is a little bit more nimble than your average enemy, since they're very short and also a ribbit. So they are known to move very, very quickly. So they just avoid your attack. I'm sorry.
I hiss.
Action tracker. Insert your coin to play.
Give me coins. Give me yum yums.
True.
Yeah, this is like the arcade. You insert your coin, you take your turn.
Yes. Give me coins.
What me go?
Also, you can move if you want to.
Yeah, you can also move as part of your attack. So if you want to take another position, you can definitely.
I'm going to go back some steps.
Yeah.
Remember that there is no attack of opportunities in the system.
Thank you.
Exactly. A couple of things that I can tell you from the battlefield. This area right here, this is not another road. This is elevation. So this goes up about 8 feet, if you want to call it that.
Oh, good.
And these rocks also offer a little bit of elevation, so they can also give you cover. You also have the trees here. They have a very wide trunk, so you can also hide behind them if you want to. You just move your token to wherever you want to be.
I'm gonna say Emily, after killing the ambusher, is gonna stand herself like in front of the cups.
Yeah, fantastic. And it's a really cool image because, I mean, if the camera were looking at you, it would be you and the wings of the Strix Mother coming, like they look like they come out of you. It's really cool.
Perfect.
Anyone else who wants to take their turn?
Action tracker, José.
I did it. It's not marked.
No.
It's not marking? Okay, I'm going to mark it manually. Don't worry about it.
The green one. A one, please.
Yeah.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry about it. I'm going to do this manually.
Thank you.
All right. Ponono, you want to go or should I go? Or Cassian? Maybe.
I'm okay.
Then I'm going to start punching the one that went against Ponono. I enter my coin. So I'm going to give it a 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the, I don't know if frogs, right, has noses, but
they do. It's just two tiny holes at the front, but
yeah, I'm gonna punch. Yeah, 1-2.
Yeah, I have a nose.
I'm working, and let's roll.
Yeah.
And that's a 14 with hope.
14 with hope. Give me some damage.
I will give you some damage. Have a 7.
7 damage. That's actually a lot. You punch this creature in the face, and you can feel your fist going through a little bit of bone. Like you broke a little bit more than what this creature has for nose. It dealt a lot of damage, but it's still standing. Unfortunately for you, still fortunately for them.
It's all right.
Do you want to move? Do you want to stay in your place as you punch them?
I cannot move Ponono, like to push her towards Cassian, right?
You would have had to.
I would say up to the director.
I would say if your intention is to have Ponono behind you, I can allow that because I would understand that Ponono would like to.
Yeah, so instead of the 1-2, it's like one hook, and as I push the creature, I'm going to put myself between it and Ponono, pushing Ponono a bit towards Cassian.
Towards the back. Ponono, right behind you, the back of your knees clash a little bit against the crate that you're carrying with you.
We need to.
Cassian, Ponono, you still have turns to take if you want to take them.
Ponono is going to move here.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to try to use her tongue. And I can attack with my tongue.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
I mean, it's close. I don't know if I'm in the range.
Yeah.
The way that it works, Ponono, is that you can grab something with your tongue and use that as a finesse weapon.
Mm-hmm. You can.
But let's say, for example, that you grab one of the weapons that you're carrying with you in your cart, because I imagine that you're not carrying your weapons all the time if you're resting. So we can say there are weapons available for you too.
I mean, I use my stuff.
Okay.
But okay, so but wait, this here says that you use your long tongue and you mark a stress to unleash a finesse weapon that does 2d12 physical damage.
Correct. Yeah. So I misread. I'm sorry. Yes, you can use your tongue as a weapon, but you have to mark the stress. I misread the part. I'm sorry. For
2d12. That's a mighty tongue.
Yeah.
Particularly
okay,
at
so
level
I'm marking
1.
a stress and I'm rolling.
And the attack with which status?
I don't know. I'm going to roll.
It's just give me an attack roll. Don't worry about it. Which is
11
just
in hope.
11 with hope.
And 3 in fear, so 15. I don't know if that's...
it's 11 with hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 11 with hope. We don't add them together.
It's 15 total, but 11 with...
Don't add the
You just say
numbers.
the final number with hope. So 15 with hope.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
15 with hope.
Yeah. So I made a mistake before. Okay. I'm going to roll back some other things. Yeah, I made a mistake with you, Jose, but...
Don't worry.
And I roll the damage?
Yeah.
Did I hit?
Yeah, so let's do something. Ponono, you can roll the it's 1d12, I believe, because your proficiency is 1. Jose, give me the damage for your elemental breath, because I should have done that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that mistake. Nervousness.
Don't worry. You are the DM. Your words is law. 3.
3 damage.
3 damage. That's still pretty significant. This is against the same one that attacked you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. where does your tongue go to kill this creature?
Really?
Which is a weird thing to say, but
Yeah, it's like covering its nose, like
It's a hit here in the neck, and it breaks his
Kill Bill moment.
yeah. I imagine it's like that moment in Kill Bill where they go like right here, right? Love it.
Yeah.
You destroy this, and it makes you feel a little bit sad because this is a Ribbet like you, but also you know where Ribbets are weak. So you go directly to that point, and this ambusher falls down out of the cart onto the ground, absolutely dead. There's one more of them. Jose, how much damage was your elemental breath?
3-2. 3 again. So 3 also.
3 also, so 3 damage.
3 damage. My English is not working.
Okay, and just for visuals, what element are you choosing
Ice.
for this? Ice, fantastic. So with the 3 damage here, yeah. Since this creature attacked you by surprise, you turn around and you instinctively go for the closest thing that is to you, and that is their chest. And it covers up in shards of ice, compressing the chest and dealing a little bit of damage. Still not enough to bring them down,
okay,
but it's pretty significant anyway. Cassian, is there anything you would like to do?
Sure. I stand up on the cart, shield up, and as I draw the mace, it glows, and I launch it forward, and a glowing image of it, as my divine wielder feature allows me to use it as a spirit weapon.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
It flies out towards the remaining ribbit that we see.
Oh,
And
that's
that
true.
way,
because we
yeah,
did that a lot.
That
Yeah,
way,
I
I
remember.
stay close enough to Ponono to be able to protect with my shield.
Fantastic.
And here comes the spirit weapon attack.
Here comes the sun.
Ooh, terrible. 7 with fear.
7 with fear. Do I want to take? I think I'll take a fear. By the way, I need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and with you, and I'm going to take a fear. 5 with fear. Because you're also holding the reins to the horse, getting all of this together in such a quick motion, it's really difficult for you at this time to do this attack that you've done so many times, that you've slain so many enemies with. But maybe next time. At this moment, one more creature, and I'm going to use one activation. I'm going to activate once. To make this thief. Actually, how much distance is this? Yeah, that's about right. Actually, I'm going to activate it 2 times, let's say, to make him be able to run into the cart, jump on, grab the chest that you're carrying, and attempt to pull it out of the cart. I'm actually going to make, I'm just gonna roll a d20. Above, let's say above 10, it manages to pull it off. That's an 8. So it's a little bit complicated for this creature to try to push, to pull the chest off the cart. Its intention is clearly to steal it. And it's some sort of a dwarf person that you see here, but they're completely covered in different sorts of leathers and other materials that have been scattered, from other adventurers that maybe they have attacked before. The ambusher is going to, which is more important to this ambusher? I think this ambusher is going to go for you, Noz'aku. They're going to move close to you. And they're going to give you an attack.
Bring it on.
Here. That's going to be 12 plus 1. That's going to be 13 to hit, which I believe hits.
Evasion is 10.
Because your evasion is 10. You're going to take 2d8 plus 1 damage. It's going to be 2. 8. So 10, 11 damage.
11?
Yeah. I rolled really well. I rolled a natural 8.
That's bad. Okay, I'm going to use an armor. Yeah, going to use an armor and reduce to a minor attack.
Okay. I'm going to activate the thief again. I'm going to use all of the actions because I never get to do so.
Sure.
I'm going to spend an action for the thief to attempt to pull it out of the cart again. That's going to be a natural one, so I don't care. Yeah, this guy is not. This guy is making me spend my stuff. And the last action that I'm going to spend here is going to be again the ambusher against Noz'aku, because that really hurt them.
Again?
Shit, that's going to be a natural 20. So, Noz'aku, this is a big attack.
Okay.
This Ribbet grabs the dagger, and using their tongue, they latch onto your leg, and they spin around, going for the back of your knees and attempting to go for the chest, which they do. You're going to take 16. Wait, let me just get. This is a big attack. Let me just get my notes. So it's gonna be max damage. So it's gonna be 17 damage plus 2. 17 plus 8.
17
plus 8. That's gonna be 25.
Oh shit. Okay, let me use the calculator.
Yeah.
Time to spend all that armor.
Yep.
This is only because they gave us crits for DMs in 1.4.1.
I actually, like, while Jose is calculating, I really like the narrative implication of, like, a critical is really nasty, it's really gnarly. It's not something that you can just walk off, because even if you spend all your armor, like the implication, like your armor is turned to shreds to save your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally that's what's happened. I use all my armor and just go for a minor damage.
Yeah.
So I
how much do you
I have half. I have 3 HP right now.
No, but how much did you reduce the damage?
From 25 to 5.
Damn, that's a lot.
That's still a lot of.
But that was all of your armor?
Yeah, all my armor. I use all my slots.
And how much is your armor right now?
It's 6.
6. Damn.
You basically just nullified a natural 20, which is big. But now, basically, your armor begins to fall off your body, and your chest scales have actually been hurt a little bit as this creature just stabbed you in the chest, but it didn't go deep enough to actually hurt you so much. That's going to be all of my actions. I'm going to keep that fear for later. What would you like to do now?
I'm going to insert a coin into their cave.
Ponono also. Okay.
Go.
No,
You
go
go.
ahead. No.
You can have a
go
conversation
ahead.
here.
I mean, first of all,
Can we tag team against the fucking thief?
Sure, yeah.
That's
any of you
what
has
I'm
3
talking
hope?
about. If you attack first, Ponono changes forms. So she can attack with advantage if you attack first in pack tactics. So, but I have another question because I don't remember. If I change, it's like an action and then I have to wait for another turn. It's like
you need to check the feature. If it says an action, it's an action. If it doesn't say anything, it's free.
It doesn't say anything.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
say.
free.
You just mark a stress. So I would rule it like as part of your action. Like if you're going for an attack, part of your attack is going to be the transformation.
Okay, I'm going to read it again, but go ahead first. You.
And Cassian, what are the rules about tag teaming? What do we gain?
I can tell you. You spend 3 hope. To do this, but you add only 1 to the tracker, With your partner, you describe your attack. You both roll, but you choose the roll to apply. So if one of you rolls with fear and the other rolls with hope, you obviously can take the hope. And if you roll with hope, you take one hope, and both characters roll damage and add them together.
If we do that, she doesn't gain the... No, she would gain the advantage for the pack tactics, right?
I mean, I have... First of all, I change into a predator animal. And I have advantage on attacks.
But you need
when you
your
make
turn.
an attack on the same target as an ally right before you, I add a d8 on my...
So maybe another time I'm going to attack now, you transform, and we leave the attack team for another moment.
Yeah, so here's how I'm going to roll it. If you both decide to do an attack team attack, you can do so, but then it would take Ponono another action, or another turn really, to do the transformation and everything else.
Yeah.
So that would give me an action.
Yeah. So no, let's leave it for another moment. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to put my feet on top of the crate, and what do you think you're doing? And I'm going to start actually hammer fisting this fucking guy.
All right, you see this dwarf trying to pull it out, and they look up and the first thing they see is your fist right in front of their face as you are in the way to punch them in the face.
Ooh, not really good at all. This is 8 with fear, so have your fear.
I'll take a fear, and the dwarf manages to hide behind the wood of the carriage, so your punch actually hits wood in this moment.
But
if you want to...
No, I'm going to, like I said, I would like to put a foot on the crate. I don't know if that make it more difficult for him to try to take it.
I will increase the DC. Yeah, I will increase the DC because you're strong.
Up to you, and that's my turn. But I attack the creature.
No, go now. Transform and go wild.
No, let me check something.
Transform and roll out.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
You can take your turn actually if you want, because I roll with fear. You can take your turn, or you can take your fear.
The DM.
Me?
The DM.
Yeah, no, the DM.
Because Alejandro rolled with fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ponono, what do you want to do? Or anyone else, really?
You are not acting them. You are taking the fear.
Correct.
I transform... Juan?
Into a predator animal?
Yeah.
I transform into a coyote.
Into a coyote. Okay, fantastic. Actually, I think I sent you the... I think I sent you the stat blocks, correct? Yeah, here is.
Where?
Okay, I'm just reading through the rules, but yeah, you would apply your pack hunting on this even though Eiravel didn't hit, but they attacked. So it's...
Yes, it doesn't say he had to hit.
Yeah, correct.
So I
just wanted
attack.
to double check.
So I'm going to... Where do I roll this thing? Where is the attack?
Your attack is going to be a D8.
Okay, I'm going to roll here. A D8, it says +2 strength. Yeah. And well, if I use a hope point, what do I gain?
If you use a hope point, good question.
Do I gain something? We have advantage.
You can use your hope to. You can use an experience, and by that you have to spend your hope.
But the experience has to apply.
Yeah. So let me take a look at your experiences real quick.
But I already have advantage.
Yeah, no. The experience give you a bonus, a +1 or a +2.
Yeah. So looking at your experiences, I protect nature and I like water. if you want to use a protect nature, you would have to describe to me how you like what part of this experience you're applying here so that it makes sense.
No. I don't think so. I already have advantage to attack because of my pack tactics, so I'm going to roll. So how do I roll with advantage? Do I roll the both the die?
It says here,
No.
pack hunting, you make an attack on the same target as an ally before you, so you add D8 to your damage dice pool. So
yes,
what
but
that means
also
is
says take an advantage on attack, sprints, and track.
that is correct. I didn't read the line before. So advantage is going to be a D6.
So roll it 2d12 and not a d6, which
Exactly.
is like extra.
Okay, so this one is fear. Oh no.
What?
Okay, so wait, plus 6. What?
I started to hate that. Oh no's.
Yeah.
I mean, what that means is that it was the high fear.
And the
but
8,
that's all right.
the 8 is for the damage. Okay, so I rolled 19, but with fear.
19 with fear. You definitely
damage-
hit.
Okay.
You definitely hit. I'm not going to take a fear here, but yeah, just give me the damage first, and then I'll tell you what happens.
The damage is only the D8, or is
It's an additional D8.
So and what is the die for the?
Your
I'm
proficiency.
sorry, I didn't know the rules.
Don't worry, it's okay.
Don't worry, it's
Don't
new
worry,
for
we're
everyone.
all learning here, so
Is
don't
it
worry.
strength? What else do I roll? Plus the D8 for the damage. What else?
Let me just check again.
It's a melee D8.
Yeah, so it's your attack is at D8, so you roll 2D8.
Okay.
Let's say 2D8 plus 2 because you're adding your strength here.
Okay, so it's 13, 15.
15.
Wow.
Wow.
A lot of damage.
That is damage, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
But with fear, remember.
But with fear. So here's what happens. You deal a massive wound on this thief. The problem is, because you roll with fear, as you attack. Actually, Patty, how do you attack this creature as a coyote?
So he's
Where do you
like
go?
hiding behind the crate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you see like Ponono, like this mangy, really ugly, like skinny coyote
Yeah. Sure.
appears from now and goes behind the crate with the dwarf, and you hear screams and a tail and some growls and so I bite whatever I can get. So I just jump and attack like a.
So you go for the head because that is what I mean, coyotes would go for the head or the throat. So let's go. You go around that area. What happens is you give a massive bite to this creature. You deal a lot of damage. The problem is the instinct of this creature now is to run with all of their strength. And as they use their strength, he actually manages to push the crate out of the cart.
No.
I'm not taking a fear, but that is what happens.
He's still alive?
He's still alive.
With a great wound, but still alive. Yeah.
Yeah, he's massively wounded. So this thief is going to use their turn because you roll with fear. I'm going to take an action here, and this guy is going to use all of their forces to run. Let's say, how much? Yeah. Let's say he's going to run 60 feet away. This is going to be 15. This is double, so that's going to be 35. About here. This thief is going to run back here with your crate that you need to deliver to this town. And the other action that I'm going to take, this ambusher seeing that the thief is running, they're also going to choose to run because they like to kill things, but they also like to have things. So it's going to be the same, but they're going to be stuck here in the middle of this little cliff, and that's going to be their turns.
So
My turn.
the someone has, yeah, go.
My
Actually-
turn. What?
Yeah, actually, just go Noz'aku. That's fine.
Okay. Two questions. From the last attack, I'm on the floor.
You're
Because
standing. You're still standing. Yeah.
Okay.
Your armor was obliterated, but you're still standing.
No. My question was if I was prone or
No,
stand up.
not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Second, looking at my character sheet, the reason I have 6 armor slots is that because the scale gives me 1. So narratively, and not only my armor is damaged, I have
Your
I'm
skills
hurt.
are
Yeah.
like, yeah.
That's why I told you. Your
Got it.
scales stop the stab on the chest.
I
But
haven't
now
read
there's
that.
an opening. They're broken.
Okay.
gonna
I'm a
take
little
some time
angry,
to
so
heal.
I'm going to move here. Point to the thief.
Okay.
And use my vicious entangle to try to freeze his movement.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Spell casting. Make a spell cast roll against a target with far range. A success. Root and Mind reach out of the ground and temporarily restrain them, dealing 1d8 physical damage.
Yes.
On a success, you may also spend a hope to temporarily restrain any enemy very close to the target. Is the ambusher very close? No.
And
No, 5
no.
to 10, I think.
Very
it is.
close is like almost in melee with you.
Got it. Yep. Attacking then the thief.
The
Rolling.
thief. Yeah. You need to.
come on, roll good.
Otherwise, next time you roll with fear, he's running away.
By the way, action tracker.
Oh,
Please
right.
at your point.
I'm keeping track, so don't worry about it too much. Actually, it's just one.
It was a 10 with hope.
A 10 with hope.
Give me a
That's
second.
not-
Give me a second. Spell cast. Right.
I feel like
Do I
you
have
an
any-
experience.
Your spell casting modifier is +2.
Yeah, I'm looking if I have some kind of advantage
Your
or something like that.
experiences, maybe?
Yeah.
Yes,
I would say-
Ranger spell class feature. I have to think. Spell a hope. The mecan. No, it's not an attack with a weapon. It's a spell.
No. Your experiences, your backstory.
Experiences I have tracking my prey, and should I believe you?
Tracking my prey.
I would allow you to use tracking my prey because now this has become a hunt for you.
It's a +2 then, so it's 12.
Yeah.
But you need to spend the hope.
Yeah, you spend
I'm
one hope.
spending the hope.
The one that you just gained with the
Yeah.
with the roll.
Does
So
that is enough?
that's enough. 12.
12. Actually, that's not gonna cut it.
God damn.
The DC is 14. I'm so sorry. I know you wanted to use
okay,
it.
it's
Actually, do you know what? You take your hope back because
Yeah.
with that roll you wouldn't have done it anyway. So I'm not going to let you. I don't need you to spend the hope.
Okay.
But
Can I go
yeah,
next? I have an
your
idea.
arrow goes flying through. Was it with hope or with fear? I'm sorry.
With hope.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. So you shoot too wide, being still stressed by all of this, obliterating of your armor. Emily, you have a Strix wolf behind you as well, and you're communicating with them.
Yeah, I turn around and I turn towards the Strix Wolf Mother, and my eyes dilate and I say, "May I ask a favor, my lady?
What
Our
is it?
prey is running away. Could you get me close enough to them?"
Interesting. Now, Emily, the problem is, you're heavy, right?
Yeah, probably.
So
yeah.
I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna roll a d20. Let's say from. Actually, let me bring out the stats for this guy because I was counting on them to do it. Okay. Well, it doesn't say anything that helps me, but it rolls a 4. What's gonna happen? The Strix Wolf is going to ignore you, but they are going to
Go after
they are
it?
going to take the opportunity. But if you want to go first, you can go first.
No,
But
no,
they're going.
no, don't worry. Go. Have the strict wolf mother go first then.
Okay. By the way, I will not consider that an action from you because you haven't taken a turn in a while. So I would say that all of that conversation has happened while all of the other people have been taking turns.
Oh, thank you.
I will give you that. But the Strix Wolf Mother is going to fly in that direction because it's far range. The Strix Wolf Mother is going to only fly, and they're going to start diving on the thief. And that's going to be the Strix Wolf Mother's turn.
Yeah. Good.
Do you still have something to do, Emily?
I can, but I don't think
If you want to.
If anybody wants to go first, it's okay. Yeah.
I don't have any range of options aside from just bolting towards the thief.
Cassian, how about you? Do you have anything?
I can try and use my bolt beacon to hit it.
I have a scepter, but once again, that's a kind of a basic attack. So it's like it's not that much damage either.
He's pretty hard, remember?
Yep.
It's pretty hard to think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then maybe I'm gonna take a shot with the scepter then. So I'm gonna move. Probably I need to move like around here to have line. Do I have line of sight if I look from like here?
Actually, now that I think of this, this crate that the thief, and this is not me nerfing the encounter, but really making sense. This crate that you're carrying is actually big. Like it's not easy to transport it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to do a little bit of a retcon here. So excuse me narratively for that, but I'm going to move all of these two guys right here. So let's say the thief is trying to pull this crate from the cliff, and the Strix Wolf Mother is also going for them. But they're not up yet.
Okay, so in that case, I'm gonna move here. And if I have line of sight.
Yes, you do, because they're not.
Awesome. So
They're not up there yet. They're like on the wall.
So I'm gonna basically take out probably one of the only pieces of equipment that I carry, which is like a little scepter, and I'm gonna raise it up, and it's gonna like charge a little bit, and it's gonna let out like a ray, like I'm gonna say like a pinkish color, and that is with presence and roll well. Oh no.
What?
Now my rolls have returned to reality. I rolled a 10 with fear.
A 10 with fear.
Welcome to my club.
Okay, I am going to take the fear because
Awesome.
this is already kind of screwed up a little bit for you guys, so I don't want to overkill too
So
much.
like, it charges up, and then like the ray goes up, and it's like it goes off because like M.L.I.I has like no real good like fighting experience. So,
Yeah. Also, your eyes changed focus when you were countering the Strix Mother, so
That's
you need to adjust a little bit now. How much was it though?
10 with fear.
10 with fear. No, that definitely doesn't. hit.
No, it doesn't
Sorry.
hit. It's okay.
Right.
So yeah, that's my turn. I'm gonna add my thingy to the tracker because I remembered. Anyhow, that's about it.
Anyone else who would like to take their turn?
I mean, I'm waiting for the next turn to do something.
I can't do anything that
If you have something good, you can just
Yeah, you can go
act.
now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
My
I
bolt
can.
beacon is not very useful.
Now, remember that, of course, we're giving each other like a turn, but if you want to do two things, one following another, you can totally do so. Or if you want to do one thing, have another person do something, and then you act again, you can completely do so if you tell the players.
It's up to us.
Okay.
I have advantage with my form. I had advantage on sprint,
You do. Yeah.
so I can. I was planning to chase him.
Yeah, do it.
Try to trip him, maybe.
Good.
It doesn't say anything about tripping.
Just kill him. He's really good at.
Yeah, I would say
From your last bite.
because you can do whatever you want. You just take advantage on attack, sprint, and track. So if you really want to take use of that advantage, and your intention is to make this person trip so that they fall down, I would say that would be an attack. So you would have advantage. So we can.
I'm going to roll.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack. I'm going to sprint and attack and with advantage. And roll. With hope.
Nice. So give yourself
18.
a hope. 18.
Cool.
Just for actually, in this situation, I would say, Ponono, this mission is close to your heart. And as you leap, in your heart, you know, on this depends the survival of your tribe. So you go for the kill. Can you describe how you finish this thief?
I mean,
Because
once again, you see this.
They have a minor of 1, so whatever you roll is gonna kill them.
Okay, so you see that like this rabbit, like coyote chasing, like.
Or
this
actually,
crimson.
actually, give me the damage, just
Okay.
because I want to know how much you tear into this guy.
11.
You tell me with an. I'll tell you this. The major is 7, the severe is 14. So it's not like you're going to shred this guy to pieces, but you're still going to cause some major damage here that is unhealable. So how do you want to do this guy?
I mean, I guess it that he's going like up this.
Yeah, they're at this point they're trying to both climb and pull the crate with them.
So he has his back to me, so I bite his ass and I shred it to pieces.
Like a chunk of ass in your mouth. A chunk of frog ass in your mouth.
Now, if you had 2 pieces of
No,
bread,
dwarf. It's worse.
yeah.
That's it.
Talking about sándwich of potato.
It's actually interesting because as you leap onto this creature and start just shredding their behinds, the Strix Wolf Mother comes from the top and begins to also peck on the rest of his body. So it's a very gnarly situation of 2 creatures just making a massacre out of this dwarf, but he exists no more. And at this point, there's only one ambusher here.
I can go if you want, if you allow me.
He's your enemy.
Pew pew.
He's your nemesis.
Ranger focus. I'm going to use that because I'm angry. Spend a hope. So Ranger focus. Spend a hope. Make an attack with the weapon. On success, you deal normal damage. And become a focus. And while I'm in focus, I have another thing. So I'm going to do a normal short bow attack. It's an 18 with fear.
18 with fear. I am going to take the fear this time. No narrative changes, but give me some damage.
Rolling damage.
You don't need a lot.
9.
I'll tell you this. 9. How do you want to finish this encounter?
Their neck is pierced by an arrow.
It just goes to...
Yeah.
And you see a splatter of blood.
It's climbing, right?
It's climbing.
It's stuck in the wall.
which is pretty gnarly as well, because as they get stuck onto it, they attempt to climb even higher in desperation, but the arrow begins to split their throat a little bit in the middle until they just surrender and their life is taken away from them. Yeah, wow. That was an encounter, you guys.
Nasty. Yeah, that was
nasty
cool.
encounter.
Nasty as fuck. Let me just go back to our regular forest music here. As you begin to take a breath and release all of your stress from this situation. I'm not making you take stress, by the way, but yeah, you're kind of on edge a little bit, and you see the Strix Wolf Mother just biting on this creature, and actually the cubs come out of the of where they were behind you, Emily, trying to gain shelter from you. And these tiny cubs are going to go peck on the ambushers, which are fresh meat, definitely fresher than what they were having. Is there anything else that you would like to do? The crate is rolling down this little slope that you have here, but you can reach it. If two of you together want to grab it and pull it back onto the cart, you can definitely do so. But is there anything else you would like to do here before
I'm
continue?
taking a breath because I'm pretty hurt.
Yeah.
Can we have it? I'm gonna approach the Strict Wolf Mother and I'm gonna communicate telepathically with her. And I'm gonna say,
Sure.
"We thank you for your help. You've been very kind.
You have provided me with food enough for 4 days. Thanks to you, my cubs will grow strong. I just hope they don't get to see you because their memories may be short. And they will be hungry.
I hope they grow mighty and strong." And I'm gonna turn towards you and can we have a short rest here, maybe?
I would say, actually, let me take a look at a thing.
Yep.
But
Because I have an ability that I can do like a long rest move on a short rest. So
That's
basically
true.
I can heal all of your armor right away. Not
Oh,
you can just repair it on. Give me an hour and I can repair all of your armor or recover all of your hit points.
let me
That's
just look for things here.
Clank thing?
A Clank thing, yeah. It's the new thing
cool.
that Clank's got.
Mm.
It's really good.
That Clank elf starting to become a reality. If I want to go really hard,
Oh, sure.
just cut some arm, put a robot arm.
Yeah. That seems to be Eiravel's future.
It's
Okay. If you want to, you can take an hour. In the game, obviously, we're gonna try to move a little bit faster because we spent an hour in an encounter. But if you want to take a short rest right now, you can definitely do so. Just to inform you, the things that you can do, you can choose 2 of the following. You can tend to your wounds and recover 1d4 hit points. You can do this on an ally as well. You can clear stress, but I don't think anyone got stressed besides maybe one of them that used maybe Ponono, because you used stress to turn into an animal. You can also repair your armor, Noz'aku. You can repair 1d4 armor. And you can also gain a hope if you describe how you prepare for the road ahead.
This is a short rest, right?
This is a short rest. So this is you taking an hour here. Take a breather.
Did you say that tending wounds is also included
Yeah.
on
If
short
you
rest?
click on the downtime
The
button
menu.
Yeah.
on the top, it opens the menu. You can 10 wounds, that's a d4, and you heal that many. You can do this to an ally. You can clear stress, d4, and you clear that stress. Repair armor, d4, and repair that armor, you can do this to an ally, or prepare, and you gain hope for the next track of the match.
Yeah.
So, who needs? I have actions to spare because since I'm an elf, I have an extra one, so I have 3 that I know I don't need.
Okay.
So that is up to you, Alejandro. If you Eiravel, if you want to help your friends, you can spend those to help others, and they gain additionals.
Yeah, I can also tend wounds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to actually spend 2 to prepare and be full hope. No, actually, I'm going to spend 1 to be at 5 hope. And I have 2 free if you guys need
Can we
healing.
prepare together? I know, but you don't benefit for getting the extra one because you already have 5. Does anybody want to prepare together? So maybe we get like...
I will. Let's
Awesome.
see if we're going to need to tend to wounds first. So I can do 1 check to tend wounds to Noz'aku.
Mm-hmm.
And when you could, if that's not enough, you
I
can maybe
I
tend
can
your
do
own
mine.
wounds. Okay, so here's the first D4 to tend to your wounds. 2.
That's
So
healed
you
a
heal by
lot.
2.
I healed by 2. I have only 1 left.
I can heal you the other. I still have another if you want.
To who?
Yeah, to Noz'aku. If you want. I have 2.
I have 1 HP of damage right now.
I'm going to waste this if I don't use them. So
Okay.
If I may suggest, remember that Noz'aku's armor is also destroyed. So
That
if you
sounds
help
like-
Noz'aku-
I thought that Emily is going to take care of that.
Oh, okay,
I can take
fantastic.
care of all the armor, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to tend Noz'aku's wounds with 1 of them, I think,
Thank
and
you.
I heal 1. So that's the one that you needed.
I owe you 1.
You are always owe me things. So
I owe you another 1.
We are a team. We do not keep count of how we help each other.
oh no, I keep count of all the things you owe me. Don't worry.
I believe
But
you.
I don't mean to collect just yet. Don't worry.
Are you going to help me with my armor?
Yeah,
Emily?
I'm gonna sit down and basically I'm gonna repair all your armor because I can turn one of my short rest moves into a long rest one. So I do the repair armor, but instead of clearing all of my armor slots or the D4 of yours, it clears all of them. So basically you recover
cool.
all your armor.
So I don't need to use them.
Does someone need to repair armor? I can repair armor too.
I have
Ponono.
my 2 stuff available, so...
I mean, I use my time to clear my stress, and I use 1 slot of my armor, and I have 1 point of.
If you want, you can use the last action to prepare and gain some hope, and let me repair your armor.
Okay.
This is basically action economy.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like, all of you helping each other is like super.
Yeah, I know, I love it.
I can
And,
use the one I have to help you with your HP.
Yeah. So things I want to prompt here as well, because Emily, I wanted to offer this to you because knowing a little bit of your backstory and you working with children, this is actually something that you have to do a lot when you work with children. You have to repair, you have to.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense now. Yeah.
So
It sure does.
what does that bring into your memories? Like, how do you translate that into this moment?
I'm gonna say that probably she is reminiscing of her original programming, and he says, as he's like basically sewing your armor incredibly fast with like her like chubby, thick hands, that somehow are very capable of doing this because of programming and magic. And she says, We learn in the retreating how vast and one was recently among us, a perished son, and years in the departure, how double more than all the golden presence it was before. And she's like, this poem is like related to this like suing and taking care of children, and all of that, and she sort of like finishes up, and then she looks at you and says, because her glasses go off a little bit, and she says, "Go off now, Timothy. Take care of your clothes."
I'm not Saku.
Oh, oh, so sorry. That was a glitch.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. I'll. What is the name that you use? This is me not being an engineer. Depure? Is that the idea? I'm gonna depure my memory.
Sure. Let's call it. Let's say debug your memory. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna.
it's easier.
Yeah.
Up.
Or maybe you can do a memory dump.
Yeah. I'll do a memory dump right now. And
Also,
sort of
as a teacher, I relate to that so much. That's every day for me, just messing up my students' names.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
And I
By
believe
the
you
way,
that they
Ponono,
love it.
your armor, it heals by 2.
Great.
So I think that you're good now.
Thank you for your help, Emily.
Those who are preparing, how are you preparing for the road?
I would pick. I don't know what the Strixwolves have done with the corpses, but I would like to take a look at what the thief was using and what the Ribbets were using as weapons, and bring them towards Emily to say, like, please help me look through these and make sure we can be better equipped in case there are further attacks. So, like, look through what they had on them.
I'll add these to my memory banks.
As you rummage through their corpses, which are already mangled by the creatures here, you don't find anything particularly exciting. These are ambushers. These are thieves. These are they're called Thistlefolk. You don't know this name because they don't tell you, but as players, you know these are Thistlefolk, and they basically are tribes of the forest, that like random groups of people that get together and survive, and they have like a faction of their own. But you not knowing this, you just assume that they're just regular road thieves. And this is also displayed by what they use and what they wear. Their armor is extremely crude, just put together from pieces of others, and also their weapons. They're sharp where they need to be, but they're not very well taken care of. So the fact that they actually managed to hurt Noz'aku so much was basically just pure luck on their part. But you do collect them. You can, let's say you can add 1 dagger from each one of them. And from the thief, you collect a serrated blade.
Who will keep notes of the group inventory?
I can send you the notes later. Don't worry about it. Let's just continue rolling.
Do you want to do something, Ponono?
I wanted, like, when we finish all these and we start our trip again, I wanted to change into another animal. This one with Agile Scout.
Okay.
Wow.
Because I have advantage in I know.
On sneak, locate, and dodge.
Yeah.
But you can choose to do something else if you want to.
I mean, I wanted to. It helps me to scout and perceive that. So I wanted to change into a meerkat. Meerkat.
Yeah, let's go for that. Yeah.
So I put the tallest one. I put myself in tops of their head, and I look around. So in case I see something.
Okay. Do you mean are you looking for threats in this moment, or is this just persistent for the road ahead?
For the road.
Okay, fantastic.
So you ask how we prepare. Like you would say that either, although Eiravel is pretty brash and direct with every one of you, he goes silently to Ponono and adjusts her robes. That's me actually fixing her armor. If she turns into a thing, she would climb on my head that has the feathers that she gave me. I'm actually, the way I'm ready myself, I'm pumped. I'm ready for a fight. I'm looking for one.
When are you not?
Yeah.
All right, let me just check chat. Okay, yeah.
One question. I should have asked this before we start. Did Noz'aku before went to hatch? That was super bad grammarly formulated.
Don't worry about it. We understand.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I would say, and this is actually kind of anti-Daggerheart because that should be an answer that you should provide me. But considering the distance, you have traveled for a good week, like a little bit less than a week from where you were, and you're coming from the Sacred Tree anyway, so it's far from it's far to the east. However, I would say that there are some things that look familiar to you just because it's a similar environment to where you live.
Got it. Because I was asking because I have the Wayfinder subclass and I have the Path Forward. I don't know if that implies something here or.
I mean, you're also traveling on a road, which is a direct way. So I would say that it's not really necessary at this moment. But for example, if you're ever lost in a forest and you don't know where to go, but you know where you need to go, that's you helming, and you know exactly where you go.
Yep.
So, just to make this part a little bit more expedient, let's say that you gather your things, you loot everything, you move the cart out of the way.
Yeah.
Carefully though, because you also want to respect the Strixwolf's meal here. Anything you would like to say to the Strix Wolf before you part?
You're muted.
Great. I'm gonna connect probably one last time, and I say, I will always keep you in my memory, and I'll write maybe a verse or two in the memory of you and yours.
That doesn't mean anything to me, but if you bring rabbits, I will take them.
I hope
I
we meet again.
appreciate your help in the hunt.
I'll
Move
keep
on
some-
now.
Awesome. And I'm gonna probably from now on, like, Emily's gonna take into account like having some like, like a dead rabbit with her for a while if she gets like
Hopefully fresh. The rabbit.
I just love that Emily is getting side quests from a lot of different animals.
Yeah.
Also, viewers, just for context, Emily received a sort of a mission from a cat in the previous session, but we're going to talk about that later.
kind of a backstory thing now.
Let me just go to our general splash screen now, because this is continuing the road. You hop onto your cart, you arrange everything, and you continue your trip. And the path leads you further about, let's say, 3 hours. And the road is, from this point, it's actually quite serene. Nothing really happens. Eiravel, if you want to continue your relaxing position, you can definitely do so. Just lay back, cross your arms behind your neck. A little bit bumpy every once in a while, but it doesn't really mean much to you. It's what you would expect from this kind of a trip. But eventually, you begin to hear a little bit less of the nature. You begin to hear a little bit less of the animals, growling and doing their things around you. And you find on the road a stone arc, basically. It's carved at the bottoms with an assortment of different symbols. And you read them as a welcome to the town of Hush. Now, because I am a lazy DM and I'm not going to draw an entire town, there's no map for you, but you can imagine the following.
Shame.
That sounds really mean if you think about it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But the first thing that you feel as you cross this arc, suddenly you feel your heart release your strength. Your stress. You release a little bit of the tension from the combat before. And for some reason, you just feel relaxed, like a bubble just burst. And now there's a little bit of glee inside of you as all of these different sounds of friendly chatter and carts moving around and people doing their things becomes louder and louder. And in front of you, the road actually splits into two. To the sides of the road, little houses begin to appear. And these houses are built basically from the trees themselves or carved from different rocks or different things that are found naturally here. The road, as I said before, splits into two. And in the middle, there's some sort of an island situation, not with water, but there's a colossal tree coming out of this island. I would say it would take you, it wouldn't take you too long, but it's kind of a journey altogether to go around it. But it isn't so difficult because the tree is actually not coming off directly from the ground, but it's first the roots that tangle up and begin to form this tree that just spirals up into the air. And as you see this tree, you see a lot of people going into this and coming out of this, and it has a series of platforms built inside. And there's a lot of familiar, not familiar, but friendly faces around you. They turn to you, they wave to you, they say hello to you. They're very warm and very nice as you come into this town. Cassian, is there anything that you want to do or say here?
I'm just waving back at them, wide grin. This isn't where we're headed, right? As far as I know, this isn't where the Grove Warden is. So this is just...
This is the town of Hush.
Oh,
it was written in runes in the stone arc. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't describe it correctly. So this is the town of Hush, and
we have to find the Grove Warden.
It's kind of weird because before you cross the arc, the stone arc, you didn't really hear a lot. But once you crossed it, you started hearing everything a little bit, louder.
Seems to be protected. That's wonderful. We've made it. Our mission is reaching its end.
We are close.
Quite easy, if you ask me.
Do not count your eggs before they hatch.
Whatever.
That was Ponono?
No, I changed. When we get here, I change back to my normal.
This place look nice.
It is pretty nice. And I imagine, I don't know, Noz'aku, how does it feel to be in civilization in a way? This is not a huge city, but you see people that look like you. You see Drakona, you see Ribbet, you see giants walking around here and there.
It's interesting because I prefer more the wild aspect of the world, but I'm not against being a city or a town from time to time.
Is it?
It's a
Didn't your people actually fight all the time? Is this place special for the fact that I can see Drakona and Ribbet? Like,
I mean, you see all sorts of people. I was just
no, I'm asking
I'm sorry.
the characters.
okay.
I'm asking Noz'aku and Ponono.
I should have written this before.
But you can do this now. Don't worry.
Like, I mean, all you do is speak here all the time, so I just
With
assume
Ponono? No,
that,
never.
Let me
just
check if my database includes any information. I have as a loreborn, I have advantage in any rolls you make that deal with the history, culture, or politics of a prominent person or place. Can I roll something for this?
Interesting. Hey, do you want to give me a knowledge roll?
Yeah. That's
All right.
Yeah.
with advantage or not?
Yep.
Give you advantage?
Yeah, because you're using your experience.
Yeah. No, this is not
Damn.
experience. This is loreborn. The loreborn, the community.
The background, yeah, the community.
There you go.
Yeah, but I imagine that I chose this because Emily's been programmed with a lot of shitty information. She has like Encarta on her head, you know?
Oh, that's a pull.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pull. I love
That's
it.
a reference for you youngsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ow.
If you hadn't had that feature, I would have given you advantage just for that reference. But
Okay, I roll a 23 with hope.
a 23. Okay.
Because it's a 12 hope, 4 fear, and 6 on the die plus 1.
Mhm.
So it's
That's
a
a real
23.
feat.
Yeah.
With hope.
Yep.
Okay. So give yourself a hope.
Yeah.
Things that I can tell you. I mean, it's really easy to read about a town like Hush because the paragraph is not going to be very long.
Sure.
But you know a couple of things, and you know this time of year. You know that Hush does not have an inn, but
Town of Hush doesn't have an inn.
it doesn't have an inn. But the way it works, people here are very friendly. So you don't go to an inn, but people take you in.
His
So-
people are very friendly, so much
People are
so
friendly
you
here.
can stay with
Yeah,
them if you
they're free. I mean, they're gonna be happy to offer you to stay for a night, but it is also a very good custom to spend the night in a family's place, and then if you're going to spend another, move to another, right? Like get to know a little bit of everyone here in the town. Another thing that comes to your memory at this time, it's the beginning of spring, and in places like this that are covered by trees, and while they get sunlight, some areas don't get enough. You know that most of their farming activity and most of their food is connected to the growth of mold. And you remember, just because you rolled so fucking high, you remember that there are some towns that actually celebrate this passing of time. So you would be, it would be easy for you to assume that there may or may not be a festival of some kind, maybe happening at this moment or being prepared.
Okay. Everything our GM has just said, Emily's gonna start regurgitating line by line, and it never stops. It's like one line, a little bit of a loading moment. You're like, oh, she finished, and then she keeps on going.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say mold. I meant to say moss.
Moss.
Yeah,
okay,
just
sure.
because memory works weird.
From Moss. It's okay.
But I can tell you, just because you rolled a 20 eternity, that is the first moss festival.
Oh, cool. And she finishes
Sorry,
with
mass is what exactly in the translation?
It's kind of a fungus that grows
Okay.
in this area. It's kind of a fungus that grows on food. You, Ponono, would be very familiar with this as well because you work with the things.
With all the stuff.
This is most likely the first Moss festival. End of knowledge.
And Ponono, the image that comes, I mean, not really the image, but the feeling that comes to you is delicious.
Yeah.
Ah.
Awesome.
It's really nice to eat moss.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Good for digestion.
See, that's the question. Like, didn't your people actually fight? And
Well, yeah. They ate us, and so we had to run away. But now we are friends.
We don't eat you. Now.
Are you sure? Well, now, yeah, but before.
I'm not saying anything. So
now we're friends.
the mission is more important.
Cassian, they are not going to stop. Please take us to the Grove Warden.
I'll ask someone that seems friendly and is close if they can point us towards the Grove Warden.
Actually, roll me a d6.
Okay. Five.
A 5. Okay. Interesting. I like this one. So as Eiravel says these words, actually, Emily, this is also a welcoming sight. You see passing next to you another Clank person. They are wearing. Actually, I'm going to mind giving you a description, but this is the person you see. You see a Clank person wearing this beret, this burgundy beret situation with a scarf as well. Parenthesis, for those watching who know this adventure, yes, it's that NPC, but I changed a couple things because, you know. But they're wearing this scarf, and at the moment, they seem to be doing this. They have an apple, and they're feeding it to
a bad fox?
A fox bat, yeah.
A fox bat, awesome.
Which is at the moment just standing on their shoulder, and they're walking together. And as you say the words Eiravel, you hear this Clank, and he turns to you and says, "Are you looking for a Grove Warden? Is that what I heard? By the way, welcome to Hush. I hope you are having a wonderful stay here so far."
Okay, so you can see that in Emily's drawing that she has some kind of like fixtures like of the way she was made, like on her cheeks, which are like almost all the time like dark brown.
Yep.
Now they go a little bit red. So she's not gonna say anything, by the way. She's useless at this point.
She's like,
Ponono looks there and looks there.
I think there's a moment where Cassian is like,
Oh, no.
Please.
"Thank you. Yes, we have a message for Grove Warden Whitefire. We would very much appreciate directions to them."
sure, yeah. Well, I'm not really familiar with her. I've just heard about her, although she has lived for quite a while here. I know that, but I moved to town very recently. But there's someone who may know. Daniel, could you roll me a d4?
Sure. I'll do this one. And I'll do it.
I love banana.
1.
Okay. Actually, they should be at the tavern at this moment. I think they are. I think the tavern keeper there told them to do a couple of errands, to do a couple of jobs here and there. They're very busy. But you're going to find a little kid. I don't remember the name though. But it's very easy to recognize. Just short, ginger hair. They move a lot. You're going to see them immediately. They have been around in town for much longer than I have. I just moved here a couple of months ago.
What's your name, friend?
Oh, my name is, as I look at my notes desperately. Halython Fives, it's my pleasure to meet you. What is your name?
Well, she's M.L.I.I, and I'm Ponono, and
The best one.
and we were in that. Well, and everyone, please introduce yourself.
I'm Noz'aku.
Hey,
Cassian, pleased to
Well,
meet
it's my pleasure to make your acquaintance. Have you just arrived here?
Just arrived.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were looking somewhere to stay. Where we can stay?
Well,
I think everyone is smiling.
The red is getting redder. I just want to say that.
even Eiravel is smiling. It's like, just look. He looks
wait.
and chilling.
Is this going where you think this is going? Okay.
Yes.
We are forcing it.
Ponono's the best. Ponono's the freaking best.
Well, at the moment, I am also staying with a family because I'm actually supposed to build my own home here.
Oh.
I mean, I'm staying here for a little while. I've decided to explore the land because it is always a good idea for inspiration to explore around and see what is there to, let your imagination run wild.
What? Are you an
but-
artist?
As a matter of fact, I am. And as you mentioned this, they pull out their satchel. It's a beautiful leather satchel adorned with some different inscriptions and just wavy markings. Would you like to see some of my work?
Yes, and
Yes, of
Emily
course.
here, she's like a poet. She says these really nice words.
Are we retiring Emily's character like right now?
It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
Retires
This
to leave us
isn't
some fun.
funny.
Poet. Yeah.
This NPC canonically moves around looking for inspiration. They could show up in many future adventures.
Who knows? But it's basically a Lena situation. For those who haven't watched Points of Life here in this channel, subscribe and watch it.
Yeah, that's real.
Just because I'm personally emotionally invested in the character.
I'm wearing
Bias.
this background right now, so it's like
There you
totally makes sense. Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, Halython pulls out a sketchbook, and it goes page through page of sketches, studies of different plants and trees and rocks. You don't see a lot of people sketched in this. Like, you can see that Halython really takes inspiration from the earth, the nature, the things that exist out there. And you see a lot of different media being used. Sometimes there's watercolor, sometimes there's oil paint, sometimes there's just charcoal, but everything is beautifully illustrated. Like if each page could be a book, they would be fantastic covers.
This is
So Ponono is not interested at all because she doesn't know anything about art, but she's like, oh, really interesting, yeah.
Yeah, very interesting.
Perfect wing person.
Yeah, so that means yeah.
It's a very good
So yeah,
book.
they show you through their through sketchbook. This one is still not done. There are still so many pages that I need to fill, but I'm just looking forward to staying here a little bit longer and just find some new things.
Do you
are
have
you staying
any
for the?
plan to go somewhere else?
That really depends. It really depends on how much there is here to see. I think if I can complete the sketchbook here and get a new one and complete that one here, I think I can stay here for a little longer, but who knows? Life changes every day, so something may happen tomorrow.
Wise words.
How was your trip, by the way? I hope you had a very safe trip.
Hi, fellow traveler. My name is Emily.
Really? Bueno, was la distressing ya.
I was like, come on.
Let me. Sure.
Okay, and Emily doesn't say anything else, so somebody has to fill in.
Halython has barely paid attention to you, Emily, and now that you say the words, he turns to you, and I don't know how you take the gaze, but the eyes, the glass is very reflective, and they give a couple notes of purple and green inside the magic working and to make all of the operations happen. Yes, Emily, what's your name?
Yes, I am as you are, it seems.
It seems
I've never
so.
met
Very
one
different design, but intriguing. This material you're made of, this is definitely majestic.
My worthiness is all my doubt, his merit all my fear, contrasting which my qualities do lowlier appear.
A fellow poet.
Okay, yeah, no. She can't take this anymore, that's too much.
I'm sorry, I'm not that versed in words. My expression comes through pictures. But now that I think of it, I've heard that there's going to be something special for people like you who love to entangle people with beautiful words and worlds of imagination through your speech. There's going to be a festival, and I think there's going to be some sort of a competition for people just like yourself.
Hmm.
I thank you for the information.
For sure.
Where can we find you again, friend? If we need maybe share notes or guidance or.
Oh, sure. I'll be around. If this is not a very big town anyway, so if you really want to find me again, I'll be probably. If you want to look for me, just look for interesting things around, and I would be probably sketching one of them.
Okay. Thank you.
That puppet, though.
Yeah, it's solid. Everything.
It's everything. It's everything.
But friends, don't let me get in your way. I assume that you have a lot of things to do. I assume you told me that you're here on a mission to find the Grove Warden. Look for this person. It's a child. You're going to recognize them immediately, but I hope that you enjoy your stay. It is a very nice place to stay anyways.
Much appreciated.
My pleasure. All right, Nina, let's get out of here. We have things to sketch. And they feed a little bit more of the apple, and they turn to you. Farewell, friends. I hope you're successful.
Very well.
Emily, I'll see you around. And he turns and walks away.
And after a little bit, she said, did that just happen? Or was it just a mirage, a dream?
Oh, yes.
I did indeed. Now, normally when we're dealing with children, I would ask you to take the lead, but are you yourself in this moment, or would you rather... Excellent.
Where are the children? She's like totally was totally out of it.
We are looking for one child.
Yeah.
Very energetic.
Ginger
red
hair.
Yes.
Okay, one child.
Yeah, so Halython pointed you in the direction of the tavern, which is actually the structure in the middle of the road that is splitting the road in two. This massive tree with the roots coming out of the ground and the platforms built onto it. I assume that you drive your cart there and you park?
Cassian is going to stay with the cart and maybe with the package that we're delivering. And
Playing it safe.
Yeah.
All right. Who would like to come in?
Not me. I'm chilling.
And it's pretty chill.
Yeah, probably
It's a
point
pretty chill
Emily's gonna
moment,
turn
right?
towards you. Noz'aku is gonna say, "Did I just blurt out one part of my 22-part poem on love?"
You blurted something out. It was quite
Oh.
nice.
It was nice. I'm happy for you.
How embarrassing!
Emily. Don't be. Very happy for you.
That's the beginning of something beautiful. Okay, so I'm going inside with Emily, and what about
sure.
you guys stay here and because you are big and strong and
You don't need any help.
You can go with
I
them.
think that is more important to protect the crate.
I'm staying here. I don't have any real reason to speak to some kind of big shot here. Just leave me here.
Good luck.
All right. As you get off the cart and you begin to look for the entrance of this place, it looks a little bit confusing at first, but then you start understanding the dynamics of the structure that is this tavern. And at the very entrance, you see what seems to be a cabinet, and it's filled with shoes. And as you approach, you see another person in front of you entering, just minding their own business. They take off their shoes and they put them in the cabinet.
I don't wear any shoes. Emily, do you wear these shoes?
I don't.
What did I
And,
do?
actually,
No.
yeah, she's gonna look at her feet, and she's like, I don't know, she has like mechanical wooden feet, so I imagine either you're like dirty because we've been traveling and everything.
I would say that because now you're getting off the cart, but you did have an encounter, but you did took a short rest to to heal yourselves up. I can say that maybe Emily chose. I don't know. Is Emily clean like that? Like, does she keep up with herself?
I don't think
that
so.
way?
I think she would have done so if she knew that she was gonna go into like a formal or kind of that place. But I don't think she would have done that so far. So
All right.
so her feet are kind of dirty as yours are probably. Ponono. So she's like, oh no, maybe we
Wait,
can
I have
ask.
something. I have this thing, and it's like white touch. I can do simple things. So maybe I can magic is something to clean our feet.
That would be most wonderful, friend.
We'll try.
All right, so you help each other, and Ponono, you clean Emily's soles as best as you can.
Yeah.
And you come in and you enter, and the first thing that welcomes you is a giant behind what seems to be a bar situation, a little bit improvised. It looks like it was made of a lot of different branches that were scattered around, but it actually has like a really cool vibe. Like, oh, this is like the vegan coffee around the corner of my house. So it's actually really cozy. Definitely, no problem. As you approach, they turn to you and say, hey, welcome to the... Actually, let me look for the name because I forgot the name again. Welcome to the Clover Tavern, I'm sorry.
Clover Tavern.
Yeah, what can I do for you, friends? Welcome.
Hi, I am Emily. This is my friend Ponono. We are looking for a child, very energetic, with ginger hair. We were told that they are here.
Fits the description. Fidget! And they turn around, they start yelling, Fidget. And in a matter of seconds, this kid comes running, and it almost crashes you, Emily, as they stop. And actually, I'm going to give you another present here.
What?
You see this little guy.
Oh!
You made that one, Juanin?
Yeah. This art is custom for you guys.
Great.
So you see this kid, very energetic. He comes in running. The hair is just a full mess. The picture doesn't. The picture is them clean. There's just twigs and dirt all over them, and they seem to look around and they don't seem to be paying attention to anything, but they are there because they listen to things. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I'm here. I'm Fidget. Hello. Where are you? Yeah. What is it, Nelfar? And Nelfar turns to them and says, "Well, there are these fine people looking for you."
And in that moment, I'm gonna say that Emily has recorded, like, program one sound which is particularly human or mortal, which is like, oh, and she lets out that sound. And she's gonna, like, basically go down, like, kneel down in a very quirky, kind of not very agile or anything. And so she's kind of like more like a level eye with the kid. And she's like, "Hi, is your name Fidget?"
Yes, I'm Fidget. Hi, are you new here? I've never seen you here. Have I seen you here? You're very similar to Halython. Yeah, welcome.
Hi, this is my friend Ponono.
Hello, Ponono.
You are a very good boy.
Thank you. I try to be the best I can. I do a lot of things here. Yeah, hi.
We are looking for Grove Warden Whitefire. Do you know her?
Grove Warden.
Yes.
Nelfar is the Grove Warden, like the beetle fairy lady? And Nelfar turns to them and says, "Exactly. Do you remember helping them raise their house up a couple of weeks ago? You didn't do much, but you did a big effort, and that is what it counts." "Yes, I remember that. Yes. Fairy lady. I know where she lives. Do you need to see her? Do you know her?"
Yes, we bring something for her. We do not know her, but we've been sent here with a present.
Interesting. So you're from outside.
Yes.
Oh, I have so many questions for you. I've never been outside. I've always been here. I really want to know outside.
I'll answer all of your questions. I have loads of information.
And the face of this kid just swells up in happiness as they just become excited and begins trembling a little bit. But Nelfar doesn't seem to mind. So you assume that it's something that happens commonly with this kid.
It's Nilfar, the name of the giant?
Yeah, Nelfar.
Nilfar.
It's he, they.
Awesome.
And Fidget is they, them.
Oh, cool. So I'm going to retcon that I said you are a very good child then.
Thank you. Hey, are you two alone? Are there more of you? Are you traveling alone? That could be dangerous.
We have other friends. Would you like to meet them?
Yes, I would love to meet them. I want to know everybody.
Come this way.
Sure.
Thank you, Nelfar. We appreciate the help.
Fidget, just make sure to come back. Remember, you have to work a little bit for the broken glasses from last week. Yes, sir. I'll be right back. And they turn around and follow you.
Probably Fidget goes first, so Emily's gonna stand up and she's gonna pull out 2 gold coins and she's gonna put them in the table in front of Nelfar, and she's gonna say, "Thank you for the help, and I hope that covers Fidget's broken glasses." And I turn around.
Well, that's very generous. Thank you. And they'll pocket the coins and turn to their things. As you go out, one thing that you do notice is another commoner leaving with you, and they take their shoes out of the cabinets, but the shoes are just filled with random little things. There's a cookie, there is a tiny statue, like a toy. There's a little piece of paper. It's just full of little things. That's all.
Wait, I missed a part.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that someone is filling the shoes with stuff?
You don't know, but the shoes were filled with stuff.
No,
And the commoner doesn't seem to mind. They take the things, they put them in a bag, and then they put on their shoes and they leave.
I'm going to have to start wearing shoes.
That would be good, at least.
A fairy. Have you heard about the fairy shoe?
I haven't.
Present.
Would you like to tell me?
I know. I was wondering if you knew in your mind about that.
Can I know anything about this?
A fairy giving shoe.
I would say because you're very learned in not only history, but also literature. Yes, you've heard different stories about all sorts of different fairies, whether they are real or imaginary, that take things from children and give back some other things. Other fairies that take things from children and never come back. It really depends on the flavor of the book.
And as we're walking out, like Emily's like, I remember a great poem by a great poet about a child stolen by the fairies. I can tell you all about it later on.
Great.
All right, as you head and you leave the tavern, are you letting Fidget take head on this, or?
As we're going towards the group, because we said that we had a group, so probably they're kind of looking for the group, and I say, these are my friends, and I point towards Cassian and Noz'aku and like.
Well, hello everybody. Well, they're very short, so they actually don't see Eiravel sleeping or taking a nap at the back of the cart. But they turn to Cassian and say, wow, you look really strong. That is a very beautiful armor. I really want to know who made it. That's really cool.
This is Fidget. They will lead us to Whitefire.
Hello, everybody.
Well met, Fidget.
Hello.
We'd gladly answer your questions, but first we must meet the Grove Warden.
Yes, I have so many questions for you. But yes, that is actually, well, yes, I know where she lives. You're going to, can we just ride the cart because it's kind of a long way, but it's not going to be too much.
Sure.
Can I hop in?
Yes. I'm going to help them on the cart.
Oh, you're very strong. You help them.
Not, I'm not.
Put them in there. You just add to your inventory a hernia.
In your experience,
Real.
every time, but it's a -2 every time you have to pick up something. Oh, I'm 30. No.
Too real.
Too real.
Now, as
This is fantasy.
above table, because one of our players has to be finished by this time. Just allow me to give a brief description of what happens later. You bring Fidget into the cart, and they start pointing you in directions toward the south. And as you head, you realize that actually Hush is in a sort of a crossroads situation. There's a road that goes to the north, and there's another that goes to the south. And as you head south, the houses begin to spread a little bit further and further from each other until they are little farms, and then they're bigger and bigger, and the areas that they cover is actually a lot bigger for each one of them. And you see a variety of different crops that are beginning to be cultivated, and they're all covered by this very thin layer of blue moss on all of the fruits and vegetables. And you, Emily, because you know this is the time, you assume this is the beginning. And yes, there may very well be a celebration here based on what Halython also mentioned to you. And as you walk through this path and you see the moss, it actually begins to shimmer a little bit as you pass, not only reflecting the light from the sun, the very little light from the sun, but also they are producing their own colors as well. And as you continue through, you begin to exit the town of Hush, and you begin to go back a little bit into the Sablewood, but you haven't crossed any arcs yet. So there's still, I mean, you don't hear a lot of mixes of sounds of animals that are, joined together. But you do see trees, massive, ancient, lush, and I forgot everything now. Their trunks, all massive, but also one thing that you notice, Ponono, you first, and then Noz'aku and the rest, are different carvings on the trees, faces of people. Some of them are happy, some of them are serious. You begin to maybe understand that this forest is sort of a memorial maybe of people who have passed through here, people who have lived here, or people who have gone to a better life here. And as you continue through, maybe about half an hour to the south, you see another tree bigger than the rest. It's very peculiar because the first thing you see, and you assume it's a home, but it's sort of a massive bulb hanging from this massive tree, and it's hanging from a set of ropes that together are as thick as a giant's arm. And this home, it's interesting because the construction is not really one material. It's a mix of different materials together. But one thing that you do notice is structure and texture. And it's similar to a honeycomb in a way. Fidget turns to you and says, "There she lives. That is powerful lady. Yeah." And at this moment, you look up and you know that you have reached your destination. At this point, we're going to finish it here, sadly. I really want to continue, but I understand that Alejandro needs to go.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's
Okay.
But what that means is that we have a part 2. So it's going to be really cool.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Information for viewers, we're still level 1. But by the end of this adventure, we're going to go to level 2. So, but not yet. But start thinking about what options you want to get, etc. And one more thing. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm just going to describe it quickly. But before you left the farms of Hush, you actually saw to the left. Actually, this is my right. Wait, yeah. But to your left, you saw an empty area, and you saw tents and stages and chairs and stands and all sorts of different things. People preparing a festival in this little area. They're coming together, but it's not so ready yet, but maybe a little bit later in the day.
Amazing.
Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you had a lot of fun today.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was really good.
Hey,
It was.
Patty, I love your puppet.
Yeah. This Ponono is like the highlight of this.
Yeah.
Star of the
Definitely.
show. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Start of the show.
Fantastic.
Look at that. Look at that.
Is it a way? It's too hard to ask that every character we made a puppet and we just.
That would be awesome.
I'm down. I'm down.
I'm down for it too. Yeah. Remember, if you've come this far, remember to like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment.
Nothing.
Share this with your friends. We had a lot of fun. I hope you had too, as watching us.
The YouTube things.
Yeah, do all the YouTube things. Also, if there are, if you manage to find any mistakes that any of us made, please leave them in the comments, because we actually want to learn the system.
Exactly.
And nervousness and anxiety, etc., does a lot of things. But if
Camera.
if you what
We lost.
I'm gonna die.
Helena.
We just lost the
Doesn't
letter.
matter. Thank you.
It's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know the things. Thank you
Exactly.
for coming. I'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye,
Yeah.
everyone.
Bye.